Hey, Chris here. Now I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of Windows 7. Now let me open my computer and show you what I'm running. I'm running Windows 7 Ultimate Edition, 64-bit, with 3 gigabytes of memory and a 2.8 Pentium D processor. Now, a few of its features that you'd like to look at. Let me open up a few windows first off. Let's open up Google Chrome and Firefox. Alright, so have you ever been stuck having to look at two browsers or two windows at the same time and you're trying to resize them so they both fit on the page? With Windows 7, simply take this window and drag it and hold it to the side. Let go of the mouse and it snaps. So you're able to see both at the same time. Now it's the same idea if you want to make it full screen, drag it to the top and it goes full screen. Drag it down and it goes back to the size it was. Simple as that. Now, let me open up a few windows. Let me show you how to see the desktop. Go ahead, hover over the bottom right corner. The windows go transparent. Now, if you want to actually get to the desktop, go ahead and click on that bottom right bar. And your windows minimize. Click it again, they come back up. Now, another way to do this, simply wiggle your window, they go away, wiggle it again, and they come back. Nice little feature. So, as you can see, the previews look nice. Just simply hover over the icons in the bottom bar. It also works for video, so if you hover over it, you see the video playing. You have the option of pause, next, previous. Also hover over the preview and it shows up. It's pretty nice. So let's show you tabs. The sweet thing about Windows 7, and I hope they do this for other browsers, because right now Windows Explorer, Microsoft Explorer is the only one that does this. If you open up multiple tabs in Microsoft Explorer, they will show up as separate previews. Now it only works for Windows Explorer and it doesn't work for Chrome or Firefox. Maybe it'll be an add-on. See, as you see there, there's they all show up as different tabs. You could right click and close each tab one by one if you'd like. Simple as that. Let me show you WordPad. Now WordPad, they've redesigned it. It looks better. It's actually usable now. A lot similar to Word, not as good as Word, but you know, it's not the old WordPad that we all have hated to use. They've also upgraded Calculator. They have you know, unit calculations, date calculations, an upgraded calculator too. Another feature I like, they've added sticky notes, much like the Mac. To add a sticky note, click add new note or click on the plus sign on the sticky note itself. Another feature I like, they've got rid of the sidebar. Instead, you just drag and drop your widgets onto your desktop and you could put them anywhere. That is cool. They've also redone the magnifier. Open it up and it kind of follows your mouse like this. I really like this feature. You could also change the views by looking at it like it's a lens or docked. Docked is much like Vista or previous versions of Windows, but I like full screen. Another thing you could do, you could also zoom in as far as you like. Go ahead and click on the magnifying glass with the two arrows on it and click on the plus to zoom in, minus to zoom out. Simple as that. Overall, Windows 7 is a great operating system. One of the best Microsoft has come up with in years. Now, Windows 7 hasn't had any major issues like Vista had or XP had when it first launched, but there are a few things. one of the things that they stated with Vista or with Windows 7 is that the install is very quick, and in fact it is. The only time it's not quick is when you're doing an upgrade and you have a lot of data on your computer. The way they do that is when it upgrades, it takes your data, puts it in a certain spot, erases the operating system, reinstalls the operating system, and then places the data back on top of that. Now, placing the data back on top of that takes a long time. So if you have a lot of files, you have a big hard drive, it's going to take you a while. So that's the reason people have been complaining that there's slow installs. It's because of that. Another thing I've heard has to do with the Windows update and the drivers that they put out. I've heard that sometimes they will be giving you outdated drivers. Windows 7, what they want to do is they want to make it so that you don't have to search the internet for all your component drivers. You simply click on Windows Update and they're all there for you. So they got to work that out. They got to put the most updated drivers on that window update. Other than that, no real issues. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it. You could Windows 7, you could run it on a high-end computer or a low-end computer. When the Core i7 PC build is finished, I'm going to be doing some benchmarks and testing with that. Right now, I'm running it on a Pentium D, as I said before, and it's still running smooth. So that's all I've got to say about Windows 7 for now. Stay tuned to upcoming videos. If you have any questions or comments, leave a comment, rate, subscribe. For your questions, send them to sandman@gamesonsmash.com. If you want a Lockers invite, lockers.com. Send an email, once again, sandman@gamesonsmash.com. Until then, peace.